Hello family and friends, it's Rob the Sapper Gardener, and put a couple of pictures up on our community tab of our Meyer lemon. They are looking like they're getting really close to being ready, but we also know we're racing Mother Nature. We've got probably a couple of weeks before our first frost date. And one of them is very yellow, so I'm going to go ahead and get that one off just so I can do a personal taste test. And I'm also going to get one of the Calamansi fruit. My wife says even though they're small, they don't have to get really big. They don't get really big, so you can get them small, you can still cut them up, you can use them. If your season is long enough, the Calamansi will start to get a little bit more color to it, an orangish color, but you can use them when they're small and green too. And I've seen her use them, but I've never actually tasted a fresh Calamansi. So I'm going to get one or two of those, maybe two or three, so she can use it with dinner tonight. And I'm going to get one of the Meyer lemon just so I can do a personal taste test before it gets too dark. So let me head over here and see what we can do. We also had a viewer ask us about the days to maturity from flowering to fruit, and the Calamansi is actually one of those that starts fruiting early in the year, and it's a continual up. Let me correct that. They start flowering early in the year. I showed a short video of these when they were over in our greenhouse, and they had some flowers on them then. But it takes 6 to 9 months before they really start fruiting. So you'll get flowers, you might get some buds. We've had some that drop, but it takes a while. But once they start fruiting, they continuously fruit until the weather cools down and the days get shorter. So if you're in a tropical climate, you might get fruit 3 to 6 months out of the year. You'll get some, you'll get flowers will drop, you'll get more flowers, you'll get more fruit. So it's an interesting plant. We get fruit off of ours for about 2 months because of our shorter growing season, but we keep getting it for a while. So I'm going to pick out the two largest Calamansi. I think maybe that one and this one, and take those in, maybe the three largest in case Mrs. SG needs to use some. And I'm going to do a personal taste test for myself. And you can see the Calamansi are not huge fruit, but these can be cut open and the juice that they do have can be squirted out and made into a dipping sauce, so you can add it to food to flavor it also. So now we'll head over and we'll get a Meyer lemon, and I'm going to do my own personal taste test. So we've got a few to choose from, but we've got one standout candidate right here. I'm going to take that one in, and I think that's about as ripe as it needs to be. The others are turning yellow, but not quite like that one. And I want to get at least one before Mother Nature sends her disciple Jack Frost in to touch our garden. But hopefully all these, or most of these, turn yellow. Our first frost date is supposed to be 3 weeks away, but we never know. So let me grab that one and get it in. So just for comparison, it's the size of a lemon, what we expect. But it's actually interesting, the most mature one is not the largest one. There are some on the plant that are a little bit larger, and we did not thin any of the fruit on here this year, which we may do next time, and maybe we'll get some more mature fruit faster. But I think this is okay, and hopefully some of those and some of those mature up a little bit. Not sure about these, but we'll harvest them anyway before the frost comes in, and worst case scenario, we'll use them like we would a lime. Alright, family and friends, we have our Meyer lemon, and we had the biggest of the Calamansi or Calamandan fruit. And I talked to Mrs. SG, and she said that typically they can get at least twice this size, but you can still harvest them when they're smaller, especially if you're only squeezing the juice out to make a dipping sauce. But again, you can add the juice in when you're cooking certain recipes, and it just enhances the flavor just like a lime would or lemon juice. So I have my #1 helper, SK2. And I asked him if he wants to taste test the Meyer lemon or the Calamansi first, and surprise, surprise, he said he wants to try the Meyer lemon first. So I'm gonna cut it up into slices, and each one of us is going to get a slice so that we can see how it is. Feels like a lemon, cuts like a lemon, and it has seeds in it, and hopefully we have enough seeds. We have a couple of our friends here on YouTube. I say a couple, we have one of our friends on YouTube who asked if we can send him seeds from a mature fruit up in Canada. And I said that we would be happy to if we have any. So I'm gonna give my #1 helper a small slice. You're gonna get the small one, buddy, but you can get the smallest. Let me see. Smells good. Smells like lemonade.
I think it smells like oranges.
Like oranges? Well,
yeah.
Let's take a taste test, and see. So our first taste test of our first harvested Meyer lemon.
I give it a this.
Okay. It's tart like a lemon, but it definitely has some sweetness to it. I wouldn't say sweet like an orange, would you?
I don't know. Do you think it tastes too sweet?
I don't think it's too sweet, but you know what? Sometimes when you can't tell, you got to go back for a second. So I'll give us another one. Does anybody else want to try it? We've got people off camera. Okay. So I got a couple of shakes of the head, so I'm going to feel free to taste test as much as I want now. Okay. And we do have some seeds in here that we hope are going to be viable. So our friend Troll Forge, we'll try to send some seeds your way, and hopefully they grow into mature plants. So I'll let you get your pick of which one you want to try. Do you want to try another one? Okay. I'm actually going to get me a nice big slice this time. Let's see. So I don't think we'll have enough. Our friend Lead Farmer 73 did a lemon custard pie. I don't think we'll be able to do that, or maybe it was a lemon meringue pie. I can't remember, but I know we won't have enough this year, but hopefully in the future we will. And Mrs. SG has already called dibs on making some Meyer lemonade. So well, I'm going to give it a thumbs up for taste, because it's definitely sweeter than the regular grocery store lemon. And not enough to raise the pucker factor too much. You want to grab 2 napkins, buddy? Sapper's never prepared.
I got it, babe.
Alright, we're not going to sit here taste testing Meyer lemons all day, but are good. One for me, one for you.
Mrs. SG found it.
Mrs. SG found them. So, I think the taste test on the Calamansi will be a lot quicker than the one on the Meyer lemon. So, I'm just going to cut you off a half and me a half. Okay,
Got
buddy?
it the other way, Daddy.
This way? So I was going to cut stem down. Mrs. SG said to cut across. So I'm going to listen to Mrs. SG because she's eaten about 1 million more calamansi than I have. Oh, wow. And we have a calamansi seed. Can we plant that? Okay. Nope. I always forget, which I actually just reminded another one of our YouTube friends, the calamansi is actually a hybrid of a kumquat and a mandarin orange. So you can plant these seeds, but you won't get a calamansi. You're going to get one or the other or some combination of it. So I'll get these seeds out from my #1 helper.
Look at his face.
You having second thoughts? We don't have to try it if you don't want to, buddy. Looks like I cut the seeds in half anyway. So I think there might be one seed that could be planted, but let's see. Well, if you're not going to eat this one, I'm going to try it. And I don't know how many people eat the calamansi. Do any people just eat it like this, or am I just being... I'm the crazy American today. It's not a bad taste. Tastes like a lime to me. So anybody who's had a drink and bit the lime afterwards, that's pretty much what the calamansi tastes like. A little different, but okay, this video has gone way longer than I intended, but this is a once in a lifetime experience with my #1 helper.
It's La La Land.
Are you in La La Land?
Yeah. No.
Are you thinking about doing something on Scratch? Yes. What are you thinking about?
I am thinking about doing some more work on Scratch.
That's what I just said. So SK2 just got an award at school for being the responsible student of the month, so we're proud of him for that. So I'm trying not to swallow any of these seeds.
You'll be okay.
I'm sure I would be okay, but I'm not going to swallow it if I don't have to. So,
You scared, Robbie?
it's not bad. It's actually not quite as tart as a typical lime would be. Still got a seed in my mouth. So, alright. You said you give the Meyer lemon a 3/4 thumb up?
I give it a half
Half thumb,
up.
half middle up. So is that 3/5? we're going to go with a 3/5 thumbs up for him. For me, I'm going to give the Meyer lemon 2 thumbs up. And the Calamansi, I'm going to give it a thumbs up too. And it's just nice to taste the fruit of our labor. So, on behalf of the family here at Essayons Family Garden, myself, SK2, SK1, Mrs. SG, and Sapper Pup Maggie, we want to say God bless our great country America, and God bless you wherever you reside around the world. Take care. Sapper out, and
SK2 out.
take care, everyone.